Good morning, class 8, and welcome to your social science class. So, students, if you remember, then yesterday during our live class, we completed chapter number 3 from your geography textbook, which is mineral and power resources. So, today, students, what I'm going to do is I'm going to revisit each and every topic from this chapter that we have discussed so far. And then I'll try to summarize the chapter as a whole so that if you are left with any doubt regarding any topic, you will be able to recall everything. So without wasting much time, dear students, let us quickly begin. And how do we begin? Well, we begin first by discussing about the meaning and the various features of a mineral. So what are minerals? Minerals are naturally occurring substances which has got a definite chemical composition. And also, minerals are not evenly distributed over space. Minerals, remember, are concentrated in a particular area or rock formations. And a few of these minerals are found in areas which are not at all easily accessible by people, such as the Arctic Ocean bed and the Antarctica. Minerals are also formed in several types of geological environments under varying circumstances and conditions. They are created by natural processes without any human interference, and they can be identified on the basis of their physical properties such as color, density, hardness, and solubility. All right, so a mineral has got certain chemical as well as physical properties, which makes it easier for us to be recognized. So now let us try to recall what are the various types of minerals. So as already told to you before, there are almost 3,000 various types of minerals and they are all based on their composition. And they are mainly classified broadly into metallic and non-metallic minerals. So metallic minerals, as the name suggests, it contains metals in the raw form. Now, what are metals? Metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity. That means they are good conductors of heat and electricity, and also they have a characteristic luster or shine in it, isn't it? So, for example, iron ore, bauxite, manganese, these are some examples of metals which are found in the raw form, and they are also called as ores. Now, metallic minerals can be further divided into ferrous and non-ferrous minerals. So, ferrous minerals are those minerals which contain iron in it. All right. So, ferrous minerals like iron ore, manganese, and chromites, they contain iron. And a non-ferrous mineral is that which does not contain iron. But of course, it may contain certain other metals such as gold, silver, copper, or lead. Now, the non-metallic minerals. As the name suggests, non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. Limestone, mica, gypsum, these are some common examples of such minerals which do not contain metal in it in the raw form. Again, mineral fuels like coal and petroleum are also examples of non-metallic minerals. Now, how can minerals be extracted? So minerals can be extracted mainly by three ways. One is mining, the other is drilling, and the third is quarrying. So what is mining? Mining is a process of extracting minerals from rocks buried under the earth's surface. So mining can be done in two ways. One is open cast mining and the other is shaft mining. So in open cast mining, minerals that lie at the shallow depth, they are extracted by removing the surface layer. And when we talk about shaft minerals, then it is the method through which deep bores or deep wells are made, which are also called shafts. And these are made mainly to reach to the mineral deposits that lie at greater depth within the earth. The next technique is drilling, and this technique is used to bore wells so as to take out petroleum and natural gases which occur far below the earth's surface. It goes even deeper than shaft mining. And finally, we have another method which is known as quarrying, and it is a very simple method but of course very dangerous to the earth as well. So what is quarrying? Quarrying means extracting the minerals that lie near the surface of the earth by just digging it out. So these are the various types of minerals. So remember, minerals are of two types. One is metallic, the other is non-metallic. And metallic minerals can again finally be divided into ferrous and non-ferrous minerals. The extraction of minerals can be done in three ways: mining, and then drilling, and finally by quarrying. So now students, let us try to see the distribution of the various minerals, in the world. So let us start with Asia first. So in Asia, in which countries do we find what mineral? Large iron ore deposits are found in China and India. World's largest tin producers are China, Malaysia, and Indonesia. The production of lead, antimony, and tungsten, China is the leader here. There are deposits of manganese, bauxite, nickel, zinc, and copper in Asia, almost in all the countries. Next, let us see what is there in Europe. So Europe is the leading producer of iron ore in the world. Then the countries with largest deposits of iron ore there are Russia, Ukraine, Sweden, and France. Mineral deposits of copper, lead, zinc, manganese, and nickel, they are found in the East European region and also in the Russian region. Next comes North America. Mineral deposits in North America are mainly located into three zones: the Canadian region, north of the Great Lakes, the Appalachian region, and the mountain ranges of the West. The main minerals found in the Canadian Shield region are iron ore, nickel, gold, uranium, and copper. In the Appalachian region, we find coal in large quantities. Then there are vast deposits of copper, lead, zinc, gold, and silver in the western Cordilleras. Moving on to South America. So in South America, Brazil is the largest producer of high-grade iron ore in the world. Then Chile and Peru are the leading producers of copper. Then world's largest producers of tin are Brazil and Bolivia, which is again a part of South America. And large deposits of gold, silver, zinc, chromium, manganese, bauxite, mica, platinum, asbestos, and diamond are found hugely at South America. And of course, South America is very famous for its mineral oil as well, which is found in Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, Peru, and Colombia. Next, let us move to Africa. So Africa is rich in mineral resources, and Africa is also the world's largest producers of diamonds, gold, and platinum. So South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zaire, they produces a large portion of the world's gold. Then copper, iron ore, chromium, uranium, cobalt, and bauxite, and other minerals are all found in Africa as a whole. Oil in Africa is found in the Nigerian regions, Libya, and Angola. Lastly, we talk about Australia. So Australia is the largest producer of bauxite in the world. And also it is the leading producer of gold, diamond, iron ore, tin, and nickel. And it is also rich in copper, lead, zinc, and manganese. So in Australia, the largest deposits of gold are found in the Kalgoorlie and the Coolgardie areas of Western Australia. So then we have Antarctica, which is finally the last one. So variety of mineral deposits are found there, and probably at large we can find many minerals. The significant size of deposits of gold are found in Antarctica in the Transantarctic Mountains. Then deposits of iron forecasted can be seen near the Prince Charles Mountains of East Antarctica. And finally, iron ore, gold, silver, and oil are present in commercial quantities. So students, this is the distribution of minerals globally. Apart from that, I have also shared a slide in one of our PPTs where we talked about the distribution of minerals within our own country, India. So students, I want you all to go through the names and the states of all these minerals very well, so that whenever a map question comes, you are able to answer it without much difficulty. All right. So now let's move on to understand as to what are the various uses of minerals. So minerals, number one, can be used for gems. Number two, copper is used in making coins and pipes. Then silicon is used in computer industry and is obtained from quartz. And finally, we can talk about aluminium, which is extracted from the ore bauxite, and it is found everywhere in our day-to-day life, starting from the automobiles to the aeroplanes to the household cooking things, etc. Now, conserving minerals. So students, minerals a non-renewable resource, takes thousands of years for the formation and concentration. The rate of formation is very much smaller than the rate at which humans consume these minerals. It is thus very necessary to reduce wastage of minerals and in the process of mining. So recycling of metal is a very good way through which mineral resources can be conserved. Next, we talk about the power resources. Power or energy plays a very important role in our lives. We also need power for industries, agriculture, transportation, communication, and defense. Power resources may be broadly classified as conventional and non-conventional resources. So first, what are conventional sources? The energy which has been in common use for a long time, like firewood, fossil fuel, etc., they are called as the conventional sources. So some of the conventional sources which are mentioned in your textbook and which I have also explained in details during our live classes are firewood, coal, then petroleum, then of course natural gas, etc. And of course, not to forget hydropower. So these are some of the conventional sources of energy which has been in use over a long period of time. Next comes the non-conventional sources of energy. So increasing use of the conventional sources, the fossil fuels, it has led to a shortage of minerals. If the present rate of consumption continues, then the reserves of these fuels will get exhausted. Their use will cause environmental pollution. Therefore, there is a need for using non-conventional sources such as solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, which are also renewable. So solar energy we can get through the sunlight. We can get wind energy by setting up certain windmills, which converts wind into energy, and finally we get electricity. Then we talked about nuclear power, which is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of uranium and thorium. Then we talked about geothermal energy. That means the heat energy which is obtained from the earth. And then we moved to talk about tidal energy, and we also tried to understand as to how huge tidal meal farms are there in Russia, France, and the Gulf of Kutch. And also we talked as to how through tidal energy electricity can be obtained. And lastly, we completed the chapter by talking about biogas. So a detailed explanation about biogas was given to you, and of course biogas is the last topic for this chapter. So students, remember that we find energy everywhere, but of course using this energy is very difficult and very costly, and also to regenerate it is a great deal. That is why we should use energy in a very good manner, and that is why this lesson concludes with a very wonderful line: act now and make brighter energy future. So students, this is all for today. I tried to revisit each and everything in the chapter, but of course in a very brief manner because this was just a summary. Students, so during our next live class, when I meet you all again, kindly make sure that you all come up with doubts from this chapter. It may be regarding any of the topics. And if you want, I can also do another class with you all for revisiting the various kinds of conventional and non-conventional sources of energy in details. Okay, so students, that's all for today. I hope you all benefited through this revision class, or rather we call it a revisiting class. And that's all. So for today, your homework is definitely not anything written. Your homework for today is to go through the entire chapter, listen to the video and the audio carefully that has been shared. And of course, after that, if you have any doubt, when we meet in our next live class, we will discuss about everything where you have doubts. So that's all. Thank you so much for joining in. And please do not forget to do your homework. And your homework is, as I told you, a reading activity. And reading activity here means you need to read the entire chapter. But of course, before I end and before I forget, I would like to remind you once again that please do not ignore the various diagrams that are drawn here to explain the various kinds of energies, be it biogas, be it hydropower, tidal power, solar energy, wind energy, anything. Everything, every sentence and word of this chapter is important. So that's all, dear students. Thank you so much and have a very good day.